What's going on out there, peeps? All right, look, man, I got to do an update on Iraqi news because there's a lot happening today. I don't know what the heck is going on. Well, I do know what the heck is going on, but there definitely is a lot of activity. Again, we know that Trump is trying to broker peace in the Middle East. We know he's nowhere near done. I knew about this a long time ago. I just can't. I've been watching for this news to come out, but it gets even better. Watch, we're going to get into it because I told you guys about some of the countries that they haven't mentioned yet. We know that Iraq's going to be involved. Saudi Arabia is going to be involved. We know that Kuwait's going to be involved. I told you, don't be surprised if Afghanistan don't get in on this. But I told you the big ones are going to be Palestine. And don't watch. I told you that I told people that Trump has been talking to Iran, and now it's starting to come out that they're in a position to talk. I told you it's going to happen. I don't know how real it's going to be, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. You know what I mean? All right, you guys, look, I had a great interview today with Rice and Stefan from over there, Money Metals. It's going to probably air later on tonight, so don't miss it because there's a lot of great information regarding precious metals, man. And if you're thinking about buying precious metals, which you should be buying now, excuse the loud noise. They're redoing my roof right now, so it's pretty loud, but I apologize. Anyways, the link is in the description. If you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, please use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. If you already got the free half ounce, you won't get another one. Don't forget, we got Pimpy's Investment Chat, same name as the YouTube channel over here on Facebook. Over here, we talk about investment opportunities. No politics. Save that for over here. The hidden things are in front of your eyes. Over here, talk about NESARA, GESARA, QAnon, current events, politics, the whole 9 yards. Just be respectful. If you don't have Facebook, come join me over here on Twitter. 4,500 people, not too shabby at all, man. The link is in the description. Come join us. Let's get into what's going on because we need to update this. Pompeo, Washington wants a peaceful solution with Iran. Yeah, they're already talking to them. I told you this. I don't know. I'm curious to see because I told you guys I did a video yesterday. If you guys missed it, go check it out. That Iran kind of sold their country out literally to China. And China is going to go ahead and turn them into one huge spying hub for the Middle East. They're going to install 10 million cameras and about an additional 4 million peephole cameras around the country to keep surveillance on the Iranian people and also install one of the largest spying hubs, listening hubs in Iran to basically listen to all the countries around or spy on them and gather data. And they can also interfere with comms between countries too, which is not good. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go. As far as this, I don't think America is going to allow that to happen. So we'll see. Nonetheless, let's get into this. Mike Pompeo said the United States wants a peaceful solution to the tensions in Iran, but the ball is in Tehran's court. We want a peaceful solution to Tehran, and we hope that we can reach it. In the end, it will be up to the Iranians to make this decision. I think they're going to do it. It's going to be interesting to see if China gives pushback saying, screw that deal. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I would love to see peace in the Middle East. Again, that's one area I've always wanted to go visit. We hope to find out the opportunity. We hope to find an opportunity to negotiate with them and come up with the results that is good for them and for the United States. I think it's in Iran's best interest for a lot of reasons. A lot of those countries over there, the people, there's a lot of potential for prosperity, and the people suffer because these countries and the way they're being led. All right, so yeah, I think it's really good. So anyways, look at it. It says, we offered, as President Donald Trump has offered to meet with the Iranians on this issue. We sent them the letter. What they want to do is they want to talk about, of course, renegotiating the nuclear deal. But not only that, they have prisoners over there that are American prisoners. So before we'll even go to the table to negotiate and continue talking, they want the prisoners released first. Let's see where it goes. That's good news. This is good news. It's bad news that's actually good news. And that is, with documents and names, Maliki's gang control Iraq's banks and plunder currency auctions to finance Iran and Hezbollah, as well as ISIS. Whoever did this investigation, they laid it out in extreme detail about what these guys did. They used the Central Bank of Iraq and the public auctions, the currency auctions, to funnel money through organizations and to funnel money over to Iran through different means, through different types of banks, through different companies. It goes on. It's very, very descriptive in here. I know you guys don't want me to sit or read this all to you, but you can see how much they plundered billions of dinars from these guys. And it tells you in step by step how it was done. You know what I mean? You guys should come in here and check this out if you're interested in it, but just know, they were really screwing over the Iranian people or the Iraqi people. And in all truthness, man, if these people did what they said they did, which is obviously laid out here, this is like an act of treason against your own people. You know what I mean? They should expect public execution for this. You know what I mean? The people are out there suffering while these people got rich off, just the corruption off of the Iranian people, off the oil. It's really terrible. I read this again. You guys don't want me to bore you to death with reading it over and over, but it is in great details, and I think you're going to see a lot. Well, we know already a lot of people are going to go to jail for this. I'm hoping to see some of these people. This sounds terrible, but you know what? Again, the only way you're going to discourage politicians from being corrupt is you really have to do some serious stuff, man. Acts like this, to me, are acts of treason or acts against the people of Iraq and should be met with by death. And it should do it publicly for the whole world to see. So it discourages people from ever thinking about doing that crap again. I think we need to do it somewhere here in our own country, to be quite honest with you. But nonetheless, here we are, and so it's laid out in extreme detail. So again, this is Al-Qademi putting the beat down, you know what I mean, on making sure that the corruption is being dealt with. It's obviously been dealt with. Now, where they go with Maliki is going to be very interesting. I don't think anybody that knows about that guy thinks that guy should be walking alive right now. I kid you not. Look at this guy's finance and terrorist groups. And those same terrorist groups killed Iraqi people. You know what I mean? So this is an act of treason. It's an act against humanity. It's an act against the Iraqi people. All right? We'll see. We'll definitely see. Look, Al-Qademi is the man. He is definitely getting stuff accomplished. It's awesome. The start of the meeting between Al-Qademi and the Shiite leaders to discuss two main files. All right, so in here, again, it's just them talking about what needs to be done. The Kurdish leader calls for an end to the massacre and reveals a stern warning from Pompeo to Iraq. An informed source told the news that the meeting discussed the files of early elections and of bombing diplomatic missions, mainly in addition to political and security files. So we know they've been doing a lot of assassination. We know they've been doing a lot of killing. Pompeo's there. He's warning them. This needs to stop. And so now Al-Qademi's over there saying, look, you guys, we got to get it together. And that's exactly what's going on. Again, let him influence these people. He's doing a great job so far as the leader. Over here, you can see the two groups are like, look, man, each one blaming the other. So Sadr, the time has come to expose and hold accountable the impudent militia. Okay, so here it is. Again, Sadr called on the popular mobilization forces to uncover the militia and hold them accountable for bombing and assassination operations that took place in Iraq. Of course, Amari, the leader of the populist movement, said, that ain't us, dude. So they're kind of going back and forth, but nonetheless, look, they're starting to do something. This is what you like to see, where leaders are saying, we must come together, we must be peaceful, but also we need to go ahead and put all those people who committed crimes, put them on blast. They really need to. This needs to be done. All right? So here's what it said. Blah, blah, blah. Where are we at? After all the factions have disavowed the rude and undisciplined militia, thankfully they must immediately uncover and hold them accountable in cooperation with the security services. Yes, that's right. Doing something about those people that are out there, armed militia, the corrupt people, the corrupt politicians. This is all great news. All of this is good news. It really is. Doing something about the kidnapped people, the assassinations. I told you, this to see them all cooperate like this. Now, we'll see what actually gets accomplished, but it looks like a great step taken in the right direction. So after the mobilization and national security, Al-Qademi moves towards integrity and accountability and justice. That's right. Let's get her done. The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Al-Qademi, issued Thursday a new directive regarding Baghdad International Airport, including closing the offices of integrity, accountability, and justice, according to the informed source. The source told the news that Al-Qademi directed the closure of the Integrity, Accountability, and Justice Office inside Baghdad airport and given them until next Sunday to completely evacuate them. Man, he's getting rid of them senior corrupt people. Get rid of all the corrupt people. He's not playing around. It's because of stuff like this that we're seeing their name be removed off of these, blacklisted. You know what I mean? Big steps like this, big steps in a positive way. All right, the more we see this, the more that they're taking control of their country, the more that they're actually doing something about all the crime that's there, the more they're doing what they can to secure the investments of investors who come there. This is all great news. I keep waiting, man, any day now for them to pop off with this damn rate change, but we'll see. We know it's part of the reform papers, but does that mean we're going to see rate change? It doesn't mean that. It does mean they're at least talking about it, but at the same time, it doesn't mean they won't do it. I'm just saying we're going to keep an eye on that, all right? All right, so again, in here, Al-Qademi swapping out senior people, putting in the right people, or just closing down the corrupt organizations altogether. All right, so we got here. So the KRG Financing Economy runs first currency exchange source. I know when you say exchange, I know. You do a little pee-pee dance, I get it. After announcing plans to do so earlier this month, the Kurdistan Regional Government Finance and Economy Ministry ran a currency exchange on Wednesday. The source told NRT Media that 35 million, which is equivalent to 41.9 billion Iraqi dinars, was exchanged. The Finance and Economy Ministry received 122,800 Iraqi dinars for each $100. That doesn't look right? Because I see a comment there. I have a feeling it's for every 100,000. I don't know what they try to put there, but they're missing zeros. The source said who spoke in confidence and anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media, noting that the public treasury took in 60 million Iraqi dinars or 501,000 as a result. From now on, if any money that is the government's property and enters the region, including oil money, it will be exchanged like that. On September the 19th, the ministry said it would exert greater control over the exchange of the U.S. dollar and Iraqi dinar in Kurdistan region, taking over responsibilities for currency auctions from the Central Bank of Iraq. Yeah, especially after this laid out that huge plan or huge slew of evidence about how they were doing some corrupt stuff with the auction. Again, this is this, in my opinion, what this does is reinstate confidence to the Iraqi people. Man, all this stuff is good news. And I did an interview earlier, and I came back, and this was all there, in addition to what we talked about earlier. So this is really good. After everyone repudiated the third party, a strategic expert revealed the up-and-coming deal between America and Iran. Ooh, is there a deal? I don't know. Yeah, I do know, actually. So Thursday, the strategic expert revealed the details of the expected deal between the United States and Iran. He said in a tweet on his page, it is likely that the deal will be close between Washington and Tehran. Everyone in Iraq has disowned the third party as the deal approaches. All right, so here we go, man. If Trump pulls this off, now keep in mind, Kerry under Obama, he's married to one of the mullah's daughters, so he's been running everything against Trump in Iran. So let's see what happens. This is going to be interesting. He might not have the same type of influence in Iran as he had before. We are close to election time, so I'm surprised that Iran would even consider a deal, because I would think that they're hoping that Biden gets in there, so it could just go back to being corrupt all over again. So this one here is not a whole lot going on here. So anyways, over here it says statement of dismissals in the camp close to Iran. What is happening in Iraq? So what is happening over here? So what they're doing is basically they're singling out all of the people who are backed by Iran, period. They're singling these people out. They're doing away with them. A lot of them are being called to the mat. So this is what, again, we're looking for this type of stuff. It's a more continuation of Sauder and Ameri going back and forth about their groups and who's responsible for doing what against the people. That's basically what this whole thing is. But I do like the fact that, again, the leaders are starting to take charge and they're starting to clean things up. How far it goes, I don't know. This is a long article. Again, it goes back and forth between the two groups. You know, other than that, you guys can come again. I leave the links for these. Come and read this if you want to. But this is what we want to see: leaders taking charge, doing what's right. Again, they're trying to shake out all the Iranian-backed politicians. All right, a lot of this, very, very interesting. So, anyways, right here, what is it? Hashem attributes this step by Iran to its desire to calm down with the United States and the West in general for several reasons, the most prominent of which is desire to obtain concessions on the issues of sanctions that it was opposed on. All right. So this is it. The word is that the two leaders of the Iranian-backed blocs are being told by the mullahs to calm crap down. So we'll see. That's what it is. Okay. Look at this here. After the American exception, the first Iraqi move away from Iranian gas, their energy. They're really putting a squeeze on Iran big time. Really. The sanctions were renewed, and now you have this, them just pulling Iraq away more and more. Department of Energy and Oil Committee revealed on Thursday the first government move to invite foreign companies to invest and move towards dispensing with Iranian gas in generating power stations after the United States renewed the exception of Iraq from sanctions, importing energy from Iran for now. So look, again, this isn't going to keep going on much longer. We'll see. There are two important gas fields, mainly in Dila Governorate and the other Crutchfield in Anbar Governorate, noting that the oil ministry has promised the committee that he will invite foreign international companies such as the Chinese, Japanese, Russia, and other companies to invest in gas there. All right, let's get that other money in there. Let's get away from oil. This is good news, man. There's a lot going on. And again, there's a lot of details in here. You guys don't want to sit here and read this all to you. It's not going to regurgitate. I can just tell you, look, there's a lot of big moves happening all at one time. A lot of them. It's really great to see. I told you guys that there's some good news that's going to be coming out of there. We're just going to keep an eye on it. Again, we don't want to get overly excited with the good news. We don't want to get overly bummed on the bad news. But this is looking really, really good. This is exactly what we want to see Al-Qademi do. This is what we want to see the Iraqi people do. This is what we want to see Iran do. Peace in the Middle East. It's very possible, man. It's very possible. It's hard not to get excited about this. Man, love or hate Trump, it doesn't matter. People have to be impressed with what this man so far has been able to accomplish. We'll see what kind of fruits it bears. But nonetheless, this is awesome. All right, you guys, that's it. This should be a thumbs up video, to be quite honest with you. All right, if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.